was today in a meeting with the president of Liberia.
Thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
All very interesting. I mean, Donald Trump was so impressed by the Liberian president's English. I guess nobody told him that the official language of Liberia is, in fact, English. But that is what you get when our nation's diplomat-in-chief has no idea what he's doing.
Trigger warning, because I'm triggered, so I'm probably going to pull some triggers. But I'm a sucker for difficult conversations, and today I'm speaking directly to MAGA. I don't care what y'all say in these comments. I see you guys talking about the tragic flooding happening in the state of Texas, and I'm here to remind you, it's not just Texas. It's the tornadoes in Oklahoma and Missouri. It's the rapidly approaching hurricane season for the state of Florida. It's Asheville being left in ruins because Biden gave them FEMA relief that Trump took away. And every time I remind you guys, this is what you voted for, you want to cry. Now's not the time to talk politics. Now is exactly the time to talk politics. Because you thought your political allegiances were going to own the libtards. You just handed us an I told you so movement. Oh, but the children, there's children. The children are suffering. Think of the children because they didn't vote, but you did. You're the same people who voted to defund every child in America's education. You're the same people who voted to rip children out of the arms of their parents and be sent to concentration camps. You're the same people who bullied an 11-year-old girl by threatening to call ICE on her parents until she committed suicide. Clutching to your Second Amendment right so you can overthrow an oppressive regime while installing one, and laughing at the libtards because we begged you to think of our innocent children being shot and murdered in school, at the mall, at parades. You're the same people who sent $675,000 to Shiloh Hendricks's GoFundMe because she called a 5-year-old child, the N-word. The same people who voted to take away food and health care from the poor children in your communities. You voted away the National Weather Association and FEMA that could have prevented the casualties and compensated the loss of property. And you want to say, now's not the time to talk politics. Let's think of the children. I will not think of your children. Because when you thought of mine, you actively wished evil upon them. And I don't wish evil upon children, but I damn sure won't send help to yours when you laughed at mine for being shot at school. Or other children for losing food, or their parents, or you rejoiced at the idea of a child escaping a concentration camp to be eaten by a fucking alligator.
News, Trump said there was nothing he could do, but it was Mexico who stepped up to save lives. While the floodwaters swept away homes, families, and hope in South Texas, the governor appeared on television, his voice shaking, saying his hands were tied, that he had no resources, no way to help. But someone did. From across the river, without cameras, without promises, hundreds of Mexican rescuers crossed over on their own. They came with backpacks on their shoulders, trained dogs by their side, and hearts full of faith. They didn't wait for orders. They didn't ask for permission. They just heard the cry of a neighbor, and they answered. And now, in the mud and rubble of cities like Laredo, Eagle Pass, and Mission, the loudest voices aren't speaking English. They're speaking Spanish, Mexican voices saying, hold on, we're here. Because while Trump locks himself in his office and the governor throws his hands up to the sky, Mexico is waist deep in the water, pulling people out alive. Today, Texas faces its worst climate disaster in years. The first to react was not Trump, but the people arrested in the United States. So ask yourself if you believe Trump's immigration policies are wrong. Drop a thank you, Mexico, in the comments and share the story before politics buries it.
You can't say no. You can't tell a Trump supporter nothing about Trump. Oh, you're not my Trump. They love motherfucking Trump. People ask me all the time, Quake, what kind of woman you looking for in your life? I say, nigga, I'm looking for a woman like a Trump supporter. No matter what she hear about me, that bitch don't believe shit. I heard he got another woman. That's fake news, baby. That's fake news. Don't listen to them hoes. They're the enemy of the state. These ain't jokes. I knew Trump was the pimp of all pimps, nigga, when he came here and sent the motherfuckers up here January the 6th. He told the motherfuckers, meet me here January the 6th. They came up there like he was Moses. Just stepping. I never seen so many RVs, pickup trucks, white women with no teeth. They was everywhere. And then he came out and talked. Did the speech. Their old motherfucking fearless leader. Right now, they're in there trying to certify the steal. You're not doing anything. They're stealing your vote. If you allow what happened in there, you're not going to have a country. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to walk down to the Capitol and stop them. I'm going to go with you, and I'm going to meet you there. Trump went home. That nigga was at the crib, just chilling.
I think the people whose ancestors fought in the Civil War have a hell of a lot more claim over America than the people who say they don't belong.
One of the things that struck me is J.D. Vance can use his $5 words. And he can try to give things a veneer of respectability. These are the same racist, xenophobic policies that we have seen from this administration since day one. And someone at TPM wrote this. I thought it was exactly right. What he is talking about is an America where heritage counts as much as values. And that's the question that you have to ask yourself. Do we want to redefine American identity to be about heritage? And would J.D. Vance like to know about all of the Mexican Americans who fought during the U.S. Civil War?
Oh, yes. I mean, it is, let's play a little bit more of this, because I think people really need to understand that this is exactly who J.D. Vance is and why it is so just and the opposite of American.
Identifying America just with agreeing with the principles, let's say, of the Declaration of Independence, that's a definition that is way over-inclusive and under-inclusive at the same time. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, it would include hundreds of millions, maybe billions of foreign citizens who agree with the principles of the Declaration of Independence. Must we admit all of them tomorrow?
I just want to note that the words in the Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal, it wasn't just a slogan. That is a political thesis. The idea that in America, what makes you American is not your heritage, but your equality and your values. And the founding fathers rejected this idea of what some experts now are calling it. What he's talking about is blood and soil, like nationalism. And the founding fathers rejected it. You can look at the Federalist Papers #1, the Federalist Papers #10. They were very, very clear that America is not going to be a country based on heritage. Because to be very clear, Alicia, and Michael are just as American as J.D. Vance.
It's time for the trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I can hear myself. Hello, 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 everybody. Can you hear me? Can you? There it is. Okay, I can hear me. Thank you, guys. It's 9:30 a.m. Pacific time here in the old Pacific time zone. Beautiful Las Vegas. We're already at 97 degrees. Now it says it's only going to be a high of 109. Earlier I saw it was supposed to get to 111. Now it's saying 109, so it's a little bit of a break, I guess. All right, guys, I know. Sorry for being late. Just things going on. Things, I'm just, life going on. But thanks for being here, guys, and being patient. 28 watching, 20 thumbs ups. We are operating at a deficit. And as good Democrats, we don't want to operate at deficits. Let's at least balance the books here. So hit that thumbs up. Now, the chat, it's not letting me scroll to the top. I don't know how far up I've got. I didn't see who was first or second or third today. Here's where the chat is starting on that I can see. It's where Roxanne Epstein says, "I'm going to go to bed super early and getting up before the crack of dawn." Laughing emoji. Okay, just so you know, that's where I'm starting. And then we've got Nick Rich. My feed only says 3,900 subs. That's all I get on my cell phone. So I'm mid-thread, obviously, in some conversations because I don't know. I know that, yeah, I'm at 3,900 subs. That's accurate. So I don't know what the issue was there. But hello, Roxanne Epstein. Hello, Nick Rich. To all the people who were in before those chats, hello, good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Belfast Bob's here, all the way from Ireland. Says, "Oh dear, I left watching online all night. My bad. Uh-oh. You left it out of the light all night." Jolie here. Jolie's here. Thanks, Jolie. Thanks for being here. Says, "That's what it says on my laptop too, Nick Rich." Did somebody say something other than that? Yeah, we're at 39. 39. The last I checked, the exact number was 3902. So, is there a controversy brewing? That I don't know about? WW's here. Hey, W, good to see you. W says, "Yes, multiple stems fused together and multiple blooms. It was a freak." So obviously, I'm way mid-thread. You guys had some conversations going. So this sounds like another kind of some sort of a plant. I don't know. Jen at the base is really missing me. Says Roxanne Epstein. Where? Well, for fuck's sakes, Trucker John, where are you? Jen at the base is just really missing me. I can tell. Roxanne Armfield, Western Nebraska, dear Roxanne. Yeah, I'm so mid-thread. WW been stuck at 3.9 for a long time. Actually, we dropped quite a bit, down to like 3,800. And then the last week or two, we've clawed our way back up to over 3,900. Now that I've said that, we'll probably drop a few more and go back under 3,900 again. Non-Useful 2's here. It says Bonnie Tyler will only be touring Europe, celebrating her 2025 album release. She is not a fan of Orange Vomit. Well, who would be? I mean, would you be a fan of any other type of vomit? Any other color of vomit? I'm not a fan really of any vomit color, to tell the truth. WW says might have to do with the weed killer they use to control them. I'm mid-thread. I can't read these mid-threads because I don't know what you guys are talking about. So this is better. Nick Rich says it's 20 past the hour. So this was I'm 14 minutes behind, by the way. Roxanne Epstein, Jen up the base. Not sure where TJ is. Could be at breakfast. Technical problem. Sleeping. Who knows? I wasn't sleeping. I have had no breakfast other than 2 slices of toast. And that had nothing to do with it. It's just I was just putting together the show. I'm putting together this beautiful set. Checking emails, trying to find out what's going on with my apartment situation. Having slow internet, really pissing me off. Emails coming through really slowly, stuff like that. All right, so excuse me. Jolie says, "Laughing out loud, Trump's an idiot." So that was the intro was playing, and yeah, it's such a fucking idiot. Oh my god! When the was he the president of Liberia? Whatever the guy was, he's like, oh, you speak so nice English. Woo. What a fucking weirdo! it's one thing to be weird. I mean, we all have our weirdnesses, but Trump is a weirdo. Like he's like an oh my god weirdo. Like, are you for real? I mean, this is our president. Ugh. God, I hate the guy. I hate Trump, man. I fucking hate him. The sooner he is out of the picture, god damn, the better we will all be. Yeah, too bad I'm been thread on a lot of these things because I don't know what you guys are talking about. WW people have been saying that YouTube is changing the way it computes subscribers. I've not heard anything about that. A subscriber is a subscriber, so I don't know what's so hard to compute. Either you're subscribed or you're not subscribed, and it's easy to count how many people have subscribed, and you just count them. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Gillespie says, howdy. Sadly, friends, DJT can't say anything about an insult they put down. Yeah, because he's an idiot. Donald Trump is an idiot. Which might be the only thing that has kept us from being totally fucking, our democracy, our republic, our country from being completely just taken over. So we should probably maybe thank our lucky stars that he is such a fucking idiot, and he does have a cabinet of morons. God help us if they actually get some people with some brains in there that have the same motives. I don't know. I guess kept talking about Nebraska all the time. I don't know. I don't know who Nina 333 is. I guess did I skip over 007 Kevin the troll? Oh, there he is. 007 Kevin is here. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you for coming on in. Alton Gillespie, Viva Mexico. Yeah, you notice how they come and they help us, and yet we have a president and we have a whole political party really that just shits on them, just shits on anything that's Mexican in Mexico or brown skin. The Republicans, you should really be ashamed of yourselves. You really should. You know what, WW? Sometimes I think it's okay to be angry as long as you channel it in the right way. And I think that lady in that video was certainly within her rights to be that angry, and I think a lot of us share that anger when we see what's going on, all the destruction and all the death that could have been avoided if Republicans weren't so fucking stupid. James Jaramillo's here. Hey, James, good to see you. Thanks for joining us in the old driver's lounge. I do appreciate you. Stephanie B2's here. Hello, Stephanie. Good to see Stephanie. Well, hello, William. There's William. And I'm just sort of skipping down here. Everyone is saying hello to everybody. Aaron West is here and Jolie. So we are at full mod capacity. Thanks, Aaron and Jolie, for being here. I do always appreciate you guys. Yeah, JD was on. Everyone's like, hide your couches. Yeah. That motherfucker's never going to live that down. Whether it was ever true or not, it doesn't matter. He will never live that down. Nick Rich, no human is illegal. WW, all men are created equal. AM's here. Hey, AM, good to see you. Nick Rich, the first thing we ought to know is apartment. All right, so yesterday, I think, I don't know if I told you all this, but it was like she just wanted me basically to send in all the stupid shit from Lyft. I barely made any money with Lyft. I thought I sent them more statements, bank statements for this period from they want February into early March. And so I think I've already sent it, but anyhow, I sent it, and then I just want to make sure that I have everything in. And she says, okay, looks like we got everything, and she resubmitted it. The caseworker has to submit everything up to her superiors, I guess, and then they do the final approval. And so far I haven't heard back. That's why I kept checking my email before the show. I wanted to see if she emailed me back. I didn't want to call her. I called her yesterday in the morning, and she was nice and everything, but I could tell that she might have been a little annoyed because I called her and she hadn't had a chance to look at anything yet. So I'm hoping that by the time we end the show, either I'll have an email that says yay or nay. Again, here I am. This is where I was 2 days ago. I was just waiting for the yay or the nay. Yeah, and it was basically a nay, but she did sort of extend the deadline for me to get more stuff into her, and that's what we did yesterday. I got everything to her. So I'm still just waiting to hear. But like I said, if I don't get that apartment over there, the one I've been trying to get, the one that's right over there, then I'm going to move out of here and go to the one that's over there. I think. Well, I actually drove over there. I took the Vay car, and I went over to this place. It's a different weekly. It's the one that's like right off the strip. And they didn't have anything available to show me, but she said come back today, and they will have. All they have is it's a 1-bedroom kitchenette. I think it's just like this one. Although mine's a full kitchen, I think. So I'm not sure what the difference is. But I may go look at it. But I mean, if I find out that I'm approved for this other apartment, the one I've been trying to get, then I guess I won't go over there. I'm just going to move to that. But if I get a nay, then I'm going to go look at that one that's over there. Because the way it works is like it's pretty much the same price as this one, like in the first week, and then they do a thing where, or maybe it's the first 2 weeks, and then the next 3 to 5 weeks it drops down to like, I don't know, like $370 a week, and then after the 5th week it drops down to like $319 a week, which is $100 cheaper than here. So if I like that place, if I don't get that place, the apartment, then I'm gonna go check out that place, and if I like it, then I think I'm gonna move over there because it's $100 cheaper, or it will be after I think 5 weeks or something. So that's the thing about the apartment. I still don't know. Hey, One Vision's here. Good to see you, One Vision. One Vision says, not a good day to be a vet. You're either violently pissed or a racist prick. I know which one I am. Well, you might be able to say that about a lot of groups of people. Roxanne Elmfield says JD Vance is an exploiter of his people, plain and simple. And this is a guy that claims to have been, poor and on assistance, government assistance, and then he was the deciding vote, in the Senate to pass the big beautiful bill, which cuts a lot of these social programs. It's the same way. Remember, wasn't it? What was the guy? Not Rick Scott. What's that noise? I heard a funny noise. Yeah, one of those Republicans who, I guess his dad died when he was like a teenager or when he was kind of young, and they got Social Security death benefit, the death benefits or whatever, and that's what got him and his mom, kept them from being in the streets. And this motherfucker became a Republican, and he's the typical Republican who is all about cutting social programs. That's what they do. They're ingrates. They're a bunch of fucking ingrates, is what they are. Paul Burrows is here. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming on in. One Vision, Trucker John, get your apartment. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. Gentleman Trucker John, it was Brooklyn. It was at Brooklyn. Oh, was Brooklyn first? It was first? I don't know. I don't know what you mean by it was Brooklyn. But Belfast Bob, geez, I thought our heat wave was bad. That's nuts. MJ Daniels, your 22nd. Hey, MJ Daniel, good to see you from up there in Washington State. We got 34 watching and only 33 thumbs up. We are operating at a slight deficit. We should remedy that. 007 says, Joey, I say unto thee, no illegal is a wackadoodle or a dicky-doo, saying Mohammed J.D. Vance. Jolie says, Brooklyn SJU was first. Did Brooklyn leave? I haven't even seen Brooklyn in here. Did she get pissed off and leave? It's like, Trucker John's late. Roxanne MC and TJ missed all of our dope talk. Thank God. Belfast Bob, I've YouTube on TV, but chat on the mob. ATM works okay. Okie dokie. Alrighty then. Alrighty. I don't know what we're talking about defecation for. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I know what defecation means. I don't know why we're bringing that up. Must we talk about defecation so early in the show? Can we get a little warmed up first before we start talking about defecation? Did it have something to do with Trump? Maybe, but probably. I'll allow it. I'll allow it, I guess. WW says, talking about your breakfast, Trucker John, a mutated dandelion. I sent you a photo. Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was like weeks ago. You sent that photo. No, unusual TJ, your chat is off by 60 seconds. Your clock countdown stops at 11:58, then starts up at 12. Okay. Jolie says, I'm sure he's happy about that, Roxanne. Welcome to this week's edition of Pot Talk, a subject I really don't give a fuck about. Jolie's funny how she has little quotes of me. Like, yeah. I mean, what can I say? Hey, man. Partake all you want. I'm a total advocate. I just don't need to talk about it, you know. Roxanne Epstein, Dinky is the most embarrassing human that ever lived. I'll second that. I mean, I don't know, but he's right up there. Paul Burrow is not my president. I'm not claiming him. Belfast Bob, weird is okay. Freak, I'd not. WW, I think the people were unsubscribing after the elections. Nick Rich says Herbert Hoover was a great president compared to Trump, and he's considered the worst by most. Yeah, Donald Trump has pretty much taken the crown for being the worst president. I mean, prior to that, I think we might, at least within most of our lifetimes, I think most of us thought like W was the worst, and like I say, Trump makes W look like fucking FDR, you know. At this point, and believe me, W was no FDR. WW says history figures things in strange ways, but I'm betting that Donnie doesn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, you just jinxed it. Now he's probably going to get it. MJ Daniel says, and it was Republicans who voted against an early warning system. All of us should be very angry. Yeah. They were saying that they didn't want to pay extra taxes for it. Like they would even know the difference in their taxes, you know? Non-Musel 2 says the greatest transfer of wealth will be happening for the next 20 years, $84 trillion. Why else would they cut all social services? It's reverse Robin Hood for sure going on here. Yeah, we're doing a lot of airplane quotes. Very funny lines from that movie. Classic. Stephanie B2, T minus 5 days until my hip replacement surgery. Yay! Get that new hip. Luck Dragon's here. Hey, Luck Dragon, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on in. Coming on in. You're coming on in. Thanks for coming on in. MJ Daniel says if Republicans really want to repeal the 14th Amendment, we can start by sending crews back to Canada. Why not? Put him in the front of the line. James Jaramillo, welcome to Driver. Hey, James. Yippee! Thanks for becoming a driver in a membership. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate that. Welcome to the club. I'm just I'm reading the chats, guys. I know this is kind of boring. Probably I'm being boring. I feel like I'm being boring right now. Demon Dog, the big dog says, "Damn TJ, I'm frustrated for you on the apartment thing. Do you need me to come there and show my ass till they get you a place?" I think we're good, Damon Dog. I think we're good. Like I said, I should find out yay or nay today. It's just been frustrating, all the stuff they ask for, man. I mean, I feel like I gave them everything I got. Every bit of documentation of my life for the last 6 months or whatever, I gave it to them. Nick Rich 9:45 in Vegas, so I am about 10 minutes behind, I guess. WW, I'm not either racist nor angry. I'm sad more than anything and unmotivated. No inspiration. Well, if what's going on right now with what the Republicans and what Trump is doing to this country, if that's not enough to motivate you, then fucking nothing is, motherfucker, because we are seeing some fucking radical shit going down. Trump is making a fucking army, his own personal fucking army of ICE thugs. But most of them were fucking Jan 6ers or white nationalists. He's making an army of white nationalists. If that doesn't fucking motivate you, then I don't know what will. Legit-based One Division couldn't make those movies today. Blazing Saddles and hopping around like a bunch of Kansas City F words wouldn't fly today, although in Trump's America, it's cool to say it again. I don't know. I think I kind of agree with Hal Sparks on that, where you definitely could make it, because I mean, you hear that shit all the time. That language. Jolie says we're missing some thumbs ups. Don't forget to hit the like. Yeah, we got 40 watching, only 37 thumbs up, so we are operating at a deficit. Let's please be good Democrats and at least balance the budget here. Just skipping down here. Belfast mobile TG. Oh, you were talking about your mobile phone, I guess. Belfast Bob, I left them off. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Where is Brooklyn? Did she? I think she must have left. Oh. She got tired of waiting and left. Luck Dragon. All right, I won't. Luck Dragon. I won't. I mean, I read it, but I won't read it out loud, I guess. Should I say slurp louder? Well, you don't like my slurping? I'm not. I was going to say what Texas Paul says, but I'm like, why should I say what Texas Paul says? I'll say what I say. I was going to say something about coffee and the thing that Texas Paul says, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be my own man. Good coffee, though. Damon Dog says, as per defecation, TJ, your intro did say we were going to talk some shit. Just saying. That's true. That's true. You got me there. You got me on that one, Damon Dog. Alton Gillespie says, this week I'm wearing my Mexican flag bandana. Hope it sends a strong enough message. Just hope you don't get scooped up by ice. Hey, there's Erica Cubs, $5 super chat. Hello, Erica Cubs. Yippee! And I'm just not getting to it. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. FK Rump. I know what that means. But thank you, Erica Cubs. I do appreciate you. Thanks for that. We are 1/5 of the way on our goal. WW says, go Cubs. Luck Dragon says go A's. Soon to be the Las Vegas A's. I wonder if that's really going to happen. Some people still doubt that it's going to happen. And I do feel bad for Oakland fans. I think that I don't think it's really right of this fucking owner. I think the owner of the A's is a dipshit. I don't think they should be allowed to move. Actually. But I am looking forward to having a baseball team here in Vegas since I live here, and whenever the Dodgers would come to town, I'd make sure to try to catch a Dodger game. But other than that, I'm not an A's fan. You know? And I think it's pretty it sucks. Like, and I know they'll say, well, the A's they moved from Kansas City, and before that they were in Philadelphia. That, moves happen. But we're talking about decades and decades now that they've been in Oakland for what, 60 years, 70 years? So I just don't think it's right, especially since I don't think there's any justification for it. The motherfucker's a multi-fucking billionaire. If he didn't like the stadium, then he could have built another stadium up in Oakland, See, another thing. That's another. These fucking billionaires. They always want handouts. They always want these fucking handouts. You want a stadium? Build your own goddamn stadium. You fucking billionaire piece of shit. That's what pisses me off. And now he wants to come down here, and now we're going to have a little tax raise to help fund his fucking stadium. I say if you're a fucking billionaire and you have a bunch of billionaire buddies, you get together, pull your money together, and build your own goddamn stadium with your own goddamn money. Number one. And number two, you shouldn't be fucking over the Oakland fans, the Bay Area. They live up there all around the Bay Area, who have been loyal and have been fans of this team for 70 fucking years. And now you're just going to up and leave them high and dry? It's fucked, man. It's really fucked. It's fucked up. And I know what it's like because the Rams, they went to fucking St. Louis. And I've been a Rams fan since I was 6 years old. Now they came back, but they were gone for a long goddamn time in fucking St. Louis. It's ridiculous. Anyhow. Yakety Smack is here. Hey, Yakety Smack, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today in the old Driver's Lounge. Look, Dragon says the capital of Liberia is Monrovia, named after James Monroe. Absolutely. Absolutely true. Yakety Smack, Roxanne Busy is all sheet. Good to see Truckers Lounge regulars. WW, I haven't noticed any change yet. What ICE is doing is only making a small dent on the number of undocumented aliens, except that they are afraid and staying home. Gee, and I wonder what that's going to do to all the agriculture, all the vegetables that need to be picked. What's it going to do to all the meat packing companies and things like that? Things of this nature. Gee, I wonder. Keith Polite says, John, I like your shirt question. Did NASA suffer any Doge cuts? I don't know. That's a good question. You would think they would have, since Elon Musk he wants everything to be SpaceX and all that shit. But I'm not really sure. Nick Rich turned 1 a.m., so I'm 4 minutes behind now, Nick. I'm 4 minutes back. WW, my house is almost 70 years old. It makes a lot of noises. I bet it does. Look, Dragon, yes, he is a dipshit. Talking about the owner of the A's. The guy's a fucking moron. Talk about moron. Sometimes I think we give billionaires way more credit than they deserve. We think, oh, they must be smart. They made their money. Well, first of all, most of them just had it inherited to them, And we're seeing more and more, like Trump is a fucking moron. I even think fucking Elon Musk is a moron in certain ways. I used to think he was a pretty smart dude. I never thought he was a genius, but I always thought he was a pretty smart guy. But seeing how he has just really basically destroyed his companies. His companies are all on the verge of collapse, I think, especially Tesla. And it's all because he came out, he let his Nazi true self, I guess he just couldn't keep it in any longer, and to his own detriment. So he deserves what he get. If he loses everything, which I hope he does, he deserves it. I can't think of a more deserving person to lose everything than probably Elon Musk or Donald Trump. They're both the same. Yakety Smack problem is too many people worship effing billionaires. Belfast Bob, so much money but don't want to spend it should be illegal. And that's why they used to have the really high tax rates here in America. They used to have those 90% tax rates. Like after you made so much money, whatever it was, but back in the 50s and 60s, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, whatever. But anything over that, they would tax you at 90%. And the way they would avoid paying that tax is that they would put that money back into research and development, or buying new equipment, updating equipment, or in maybe fucking raising wages or whatever. They would put it back into their companies, and so the idea of that 90% tax for these businesses and stuff, people who own businesses, where they could just anything over, let's say it was 300 million or whatever, they could just put that back into their companies and it'd be a write-off. So that encouraged that high tax rate encouraged all this sort of advancement in the companies. But now, of course, companies want to advance, but it's all about just hoarding money. They just hoard their money now, and they just sort of let the bean counters go through their companies and try to save every nickel and dime they can by cutting quality or cutting whatever cuts they can make instead of trying to innovate. Now it's the other kind of an opposite approach. Look, Dragon, all my favorite home teams moved away from Oakland. Take care of everything. The Raiders, the A's, the Golden State. Yeah, we've got the Raiders down here. I think that sucked too. The Raiders moved. And the Raiders, they moved to LA and then they moved back to Oakland. It's kind of ridiculous. Non-useful 2, my front room window is 72 inches long by 62 inches high, handmade stained glass, multicolored with sparkling jewels. That sounds pretty. Barefoot Bear's here. Hey, Barefoot Bear, good to see you. Thanks for coming on into the old driver's lounge. I appreciate you being here, hanging out with us for a little bit. Hey, guys, we're at a surplus. 41 watching and 47 thumbs ups. I like being at a surplus. So thanks so much. WW says you can tell a lot about a person by how involved they get in their sports. Yeah, what do you tell? What does that tell you? What are you learning from about a person? About I don't know. Mr. Spock is here. Hey, Mr. Spock, live long and prosper. Mr. Spock says I finally ordered the cylinder kit from the Netherlands. Only $144 with shipping. Sounds like a good deal. Apparently, Luck Dragon is heading out. It says bye, guys. Y'all. Into y'all. Well, thanks, Luck Dragon. Thanks for being here. Thanks for dropping in for a bit. Good to see you. WW, I've been told that a lady still alive might have tried to burn down her parents' house. That's a bit of a non sequitur, I guess. Christina Weibel, or Weiber. Hello, Trucker John in chat. Hello, Christina Weibel. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on in. I do appreciate you hanging out here for a bit. Roxanne Arfield, PG-13 is for mature 13-year-olds, which is an oxymoron in my opinion. Oxymoron. It is, by the way. James Jaramillo says, I believe my place is occupied. I've lost my Zippo lighters and pocket knives. In a few weeks or months later, I'll find them on my bed. I kid you not, gents. One Vision, that leaves out Donald Trump. He's over 75 and still not mature. Oh, yeah. Jolie says, I love that Trump and Elon broke up. So funny. We all knew that was coming. So what do you guys think about this party? You think he's going to actually do it? Elon Musk wants to start a new political party. I say go for it. It's just more, breaking up of MAGA and Republicans and, let them just keep fighting and break everything down. Christina Weibel, my motto, middle fingers up. WW, Elon thinks that he is working for the future. Of course, he is insane. He's a fraud. Elon Musk is just a fraud. The whole thing, man. He's just a typical lying Republican. Keith Belize says NASA did get significant Doge cuts, including 420, I guess, is it billion? I don't know, in canceled contracts and a 50% cut to science budget. I'm not surprised. Josh, did I miss any apartment updates? Still just waiting. Thanks, by the way. Thanks, Josh, for being here. Welcome to the lounge. Just still waiting. Haven't heard the final word yet. Hopefully today I'll find either yay or nay. I think I've given them everything they want. I mean, I don't know what the fuck I don't even know what the criteria is. I don't even know what they're looking for. Actually, I mean, I think I've given them everything. But hopefully, by the end of this show, I'll go on and in my email and I'll find out. Dennis Koch is here. Says my window is 12 stories up and full of dust. They need to use those. I think they could use drones to wash windows. I think, for high rises and stuff. One Vision, the ratings would be different. Typical made the rating system as confusing as possible. Yeah, there was a real beauty there, huh? Old Tipper Gore. W, priorities, I think. What gets you upset? I think I was talking about the sports. He was talking about the sports thing. Josh, I spilled a drop of water on my phone and it almost blocked and reported Roxanne. That's funny. W, I know that death is not the end. No one knows. Nobody knows. You can think you know. I guess you can try to be. I don't know. I guess positive about your beliefs, but no one really knows about anything after this life. No one knows. Not even the Pope. Belfast Bob, I leave me toke in living room, appears in next room, or under the bed, or SETI, annoying wee bucks. Belfast Bob. Sorry, I can't read you. I can't do it. Air West just got my PTO approved. I will be in Vegas Halloween weekend. Nice. Halloween weekend. I guess that's personal time off or something. One Vision says, how about pre-screen movies? Oh shit, that's hard to do when you give 10-year-olds smartphones and the first site they learn is XNXX. Don't look it up if you don't want an eyeful. Well, now you know I'm going to look it up. I've never heard of XNXX, but I can only imagine. Dennis Koch says Musk will start a party, but it will be another X. Well, he's calling it, he has a name for it, right? New American Party or something like that. NAP. By the way, yeah, NAP. I don't know, but hey, let them do it. Let them just break each other up, man. Dennis Koch says the right has been divided into about 5 distinct factions. With Musk helping, he may get that number up. What are the distinct factions? I would love to hear what how you've broken up the right wingers. Nick Rich, if you believe something enough, it might become real to you. Keep buying lottery tickets. I haven't bought a lottery ticket in I don't know how long. Because I hate being disappointed. Every time I buy one, I'm like, no, I didn't win. But I think it's probably been years since I bought one. And they don't even sell them here in Nevada. So if I did buy one, I got to go cross state line to get one. Mad Mac is here, Slava Ukraini. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping on in, Mad Mac. Marie Jean Greco is here. Hey, Marie. Hello, Marie. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping into the old driver's lounge. We are operating at a pretty good surplus, 40 watch and 51 thumbs ups. Let's keep that surplus going. Josh says, I figured the act of dying is either like a really good or bad acid trip. I think lights go out. That's it. You're done. You're done, son. But who knows? I'm also of the who knows variety. No one knows. WW, who has the time to watch a movie twice? I do, apparently. There's lots of movies I've seen twice. Die Hard, the original. I've seen that a bunch of times. One of my favorites. Pulp Fiction. Probably anything Tarantino I've seen more than once. I've seen a lot of movies. The Great Escape, The Dirty Dozen. Seen those more than once. Well, Wizard of Oz. Every single year it came on, used to watch it all the way up until, probably the I don't know, 1980 or something. Lots of movies. I've even seen Gone with the Wind more than once. WW says there was buffering. Went back a minute. So sorry about the buffering. We might have a buffering issue. I don't know. Belfast Bob says it's marching season here. Bonfires get lit tomorrow night. And Battle of Boyne. 1690 King William on Saturday, so getting out of Belfast. Alrighty then. WW is looking for a job as a knocker at $5 an hour. What's a knocker? Is this like a knock on doors or something? I don't know. Mrs. Spock, what? No lotto in Nevada? What the fuck? Every other gambling is allowed. Well, that's the thing. They didn't. I'm pretty sure the casino lobby, the casino owner lobby was very, very powerful. Said they don't want the lottery there because they don't want the competition. I think that's how they look at it. Like it's competition, like as though if someone's gonna that measly $1 or $5 or whatever money you're gonna spend on the lottery is gonna keep these degenerates from fucking putting a bunch of money in their slot machines too. Anyhow, it was on the ballot recently to legalize the lottery here. And I want to say the way they do it, it has to pass kind of like in a primary, and then to get into more on the next ballot. So I think it may have passed to go on to the next, like during a general election or something like that. It's almost like having a primary for a proposition. But they're trying to get it legalized, and it probably will. I think it's everyone's like, yeah, why not? We're still going to gamble. So we'll see if we get the lottery here or not. Mad Matt, that's a great song from Jimi Hendrix, Band of Gypsies. Who knows? Nick Rich says, my mom bought Irish sweepstake tickets back in the 60s from her Irish lady friend. They were illegal to be in the country. Wow. Mr. Bob Newell's here. I can't hear you. Dennis Koch says there's conservatives, neoconservatives, Christian right, libertarians, moderates, and then Trumpist maggots, anti-Trump faction. Okay, so then there's Trumpists, which are maggots. Wait, so conservative, neoconservatives, Christian right, libertarians, moderate. Okay, that's the 5. And then you have MAGA, I guess. And then you have a new one. Maybe that's the Elon Musk anti-Trump faction. That's 7. We're up to 7 now. And the thing is, other than the anti-Trump faction, they all end up voting the same anyhow. And maybe the only purpose this could serve is maybe eventually it will break the party up or something, especially the Elon Musk part of it. But the conservatives, the neoconservatives, the Christian right, the libertarians, the moderates, and MAGA, they all still vote the same way, pretty much, you know. So it really doesn't matter, is what I'm trying to say. Unless they finally, you know, break away or something. WW switched tabs, was buffering bad. That was probably on your end. I haven't heard anybody else say anything about it, so I'm gonna say that was on your end, WW. Did it Coke? I really don't count moderates and libertarians because of small percentage. And most libertarians are in the Libertarian Party, anyhow. I think they're a whole separate party. And moderates, what the fuck is a moderate? I kind of hate that term because even when you talk about moderate Democrats, what the fuck is a moderate Democrat? And what's the difference between a so-called moderate Democrat and Bernie Sanders? I really don't think there's much. The implication is that it's like so far apart, but I think it's more like this far apart, you know, or maybe even this far apart. It's kind of like I was watching this clip about the pendulum swing. This guy was talking about how when it swings so far to the right, to an extreme, and he's talking about Trump and MAGA, he goes, there's gonna be an equal swing the other way, and he's kind of talking about, you know, taking, I guess, 2026 and a big blue wave or whatever. But he said that it's going the other way, and he's like saying like, and we're bringing in an AOC for president or something like that. And my thought was like, fuck you. AOC is not the antithesis of Trump, in my opinion. I don't even know if Trump is that extreme for the Republicans. You know, I don't see him as being way out here. I think he's pretty much in line with how Republicans are. I think Republicans are a bunch of racist, fucking stingy, selfish, fucking bastards. So I don't know if he is really that far right extreme. And AOC, I don't see her as being far left extreme. What is she for? She's for fucking living wages. She's for Medicare for all. She's for green renewable energy and getting off of fossil fuels. I mean, those are a lot more. It really irritates me when AOC's name or even Bernie's name always comes up when they talk about the far leftist. They're much closer to the middle than they are to the extreme outer edges. Prove me wrong. Come at me, bros. Prove me wrong. At me. Mr. Balnul, are we done with carpet talk? Were we talking about carpet? I don't know. Mr. Spock, I remember betting on cockfights in the 80s in Vegas. Oh, this is Royal Vision. You know what a knocker is? That's the guy who slams the cows in the head with a sledgehammer before they turn them into hamburgers. Oh, okay. Well, whatever, dude. I mean, just bring that out of the blue. I don't know what the fuck, you know. John Glad's here. I'm glad to see John Glad. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you. Sammy Carter's here. Hey, Sammy Carter. Thanks for joining us in the old driver's lounge as we just hang out on this mellow. Well, it's not Monday. It's too bad it's not Monday because then I could say this is a mellow Monday. But we're already in Thursday. We're sharing thoughts on this Thursday. Roxanne MC says, "Sorry, Roxanne Tracy called me and we got to chatting. I'm back now. What would I miss? Oh, you missed a lot. It was getting wild up in here, Roxanne. You missed it. WW, I've seen a lot of movies more than once, but not a couple of days in a row to see if you should take your little kids. Well, you know, sometimes you got to make sacrifices, WW. If your kids aren't important enough for you to make that sacrifice, then you should not have kids. So there. Alton Gillespie says Elon should call it the Cyber Party, guaranteed to peel off and self-destruct. I kind of like New American Party because then the acronym would be NAP. And who doesn't need a nap every now and then? You know what I mean? 72, I can't believe you don't have the lottery with all the other gambling. Well, it's like I said, I think the casinos saw that as competition. And I'm pretty sure they lobbied to not have the lottery here. I mean, this is going way back to when the lottery started being legalized everywhere, like in the 80s, right? And that's when the mob still ran the place. You know, the mob's like, no, hey, what, are you kidding me? Forget about it. Forget about it. Unless we can get our grubby paws on it, you know. Belfast Bob with a £2 super chat. Belfast, time for a yippee. Yippee to Belfast Bob. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you for those £2. I guess that's a pound. You guys are off the euro because you did the euro. You left euro. Wait, did you guys? Did you guys? I guess all the UK did, huh? You all did the Brexit. Mr. Bob Newell, why is Texas government so messed up? I'll hang up and listen to your answer. Well, I don't have another 2 hours to go. Did I miss somebody coming in? Oh, Mike H is here. Well, hello, y'all. Hello, Mike H. Joel the Troll. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you coming on in. When I saw, I didn't see Mike come in, but until Roxanne said Mike with his tampon complaints, and I thought, is Mike H here? Mr. O'Neill, have you been in a helicopter? Yes, I have, a few times. Josh says my libertarian brother now hates Trump, so I guess that's good. Was Trump not frugal enough for him, or what? Which he's not. I mean, Trump wastes money like a motherfucker. So I can see why libertarians would not like Trump. Mr. Bob Newell, is Trump in the Epstein list? Well, let's see the list. there must be some reason why they really don't want to show the list, right? What are they so afraid of? Why are they so afraid? What are they hiding? Mr. Bob Newell, my state has a political party called Nudist Party. Mad Mac, I found that Stacey Abrams video where she says the 10 steps for destroying democracy into fascism. And guess what number 10 is? It's canceling elections everywhere. Yeah. And I also did repost it, Mad Mac. I reposted my intro that had that on there in case you want to see it. I reposted it. I didn't. I guess I didn't title it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should have titled it something different. But what did I title it, Jolie? I titled it "Stumbling into Autocracy" or something like that. And it's got the picture of Trump with his crown. If you want to check that out, but you've already seen it, so you know. But Mad Mac is really feeling justified because Mad Mac is the one that was talking about that yesterday about canceling elections, which I did not disagree with. I don't want to get back into it. But Dennis Coke, it says, yeah, I do not like the term moderate in the same way that there are so-called centralists. WW says the Dems need to come up with real reasons why we need the House to switch in 2027. They will look crazy if things are relatively okay, but they try to tell you how bad things are going to be. They won't have to say how bad things are going to be. All you have to do is show how bad things are. We're already seeing GDP go down, inflation go up, unemployment go up. We're seeing measles outbreaks. We're seeing all these deaths that could have been prevented. We're already seeing it, WW, and it's only going to get worse between now and the 2027 elections. So it's not like they have to say what it's going to be. All you have to do is show what is going on. This is Coke. Oh, I love the divisions within the party because they will pull one apart. Moreover, the voters. That's the hope. That's what I'm hoping for. WW, historically, there is always a swing, especially with an unpopular president. And Trump's popularity is sinking by the day. Roxanne Epstein, greedy, racist, misogynist, stupid white fuckers equal MAGA. And Jolie is up there saying, reminding us Trucker John has channel membership, super chats, and you can support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Or you can buy me a coffee there at Buy Me a Coffee. All the great ways to support the show, and I appreciate that. And appreciate Jolie for putting that up there. Mr. Bob, if anyone asks, I spent today with you, okay? Mike H. And that's the scary part. And I don't remember what the scary what it was that was about. Nick Rich, AOC is brilliant and dedicated to her constituents. I think she's brilliant, and I thought she's been presidential material. I mean, not when she first got elected. I mean, my first thought was she's going to make a great president someday. Some people wanted to put her in the White House like on day one, and I didn't. My first thought was she's going to make a wonderful fucking president, in about 20 years or something. Let her get the seasoning and the experience and of being in Congress. Maybe she'll go from being a House rep to a senator at some point. But I really think she's destined for the White House. Now she might run. She might run in 2028, which I'm fine with. I mean, at this point, I think she's got plenty of experience and is, it's fine. I think for sure we're going to see Gavin Newsom run, and we might see AOC. Who knows? But I think she's brilliant, and I don't like how she gets sort of characterized as this sort of shrill, sort of like she's being hyperbolic or something. She's not. She's none of that. She's very reasoned, and she's very intelligent, and she brings, when she makes a point, Dennis Koch says, what I dislike is the term socialism being tossed around, as I always ask them, which of the 100 plus socialists is being referred to? I don't think that those words are as scary as or have the impact that they once had. I think it's wearing off. I think people are finally starting to see that, like when Bernie was running in 2016, and everything you heard from the Republicans and the right was like, oh, he's a socialist. And I think they've by them bringing the term up so much, I think it's lost a lot of its impact. And people are starting to say, you know what? I don't really care if Bernie Sanders is a socialist. I like a lot of the stuff he says. And if that's socialism, then sign me up. Gen of the Base cockfights, that must have been at Chippendales. Nick Rich, Blunt Politics is live in about a half an hour. Yeah, I think about 11 o'clock we can jump over there. I don't know if the two Terras, the Terra show might be also on. I don't know. So we might have a choice of where to jump to. It's up to you guys where you guys want to go. Both are good shows. Wherever you go, though, just tell them Trucker John sent you when we go. WW says AOC gets attention. She's attractive and well-spoken, but she sometimes comes off as a dreamer. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, WW, about her being a dreamer. It's bad to dream? It's bad to have dreams and aspirations? I mean, my God. Roxanne Epstein, dang it, I miss TJ Gone Wild. Yeah. Mr. Abdullah, have you ever swam in the Pacific Ocean? Yes, of course. Josh says, what's Elon's party mascot going to be? Muskrat or a lizard? I don't know. Jolie says, Roxanne Epstein, John actually flashed us once on a live stream. That was a TJ Gone Wild moment. I believe that is in my Truck John live stream playlist. They have a new thing now where you can actually give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It kind of ranks the videos. If you guys want to check out that playlist. And I think that video that Jolie's talking about is in the top, I want to say top 5 maybe. So there. You know, maybe I should flash a little more often. Dennis Koch says, kids, I paid for his university. Where does he end up? Lying on his belly, dusting sand off a centuries-old pot in the boiling sun. I don't know. I don't know what that even means. I have no idea what that even means. Belfast Bob, and we voted in favor for staying in EU. But because England, got out, and you guys are all part of it. Mr. Bob Newell, do you think that Trump will fire Vance and replace him with Ivanka? No. No and no. But what do I know? Belfast Bob, but right-wing press and politicians push their lies, and BAFA has been happening ever since. Yeah, that whole Brexit thing, that was like Vladimir Putin, Russian influence all the way. The same thing they did to us with getting us Trump, is they did the same thing with Brexit. If you want to put some blame, put it right on fucking Vladimir Putin. The goddamn influence campaigns that they do, Put that on Putin, man. That's another motherfucker that needs to go away. Go away, little girl. Oh, won't you go away, little girl? WW, can Trump fire Vance? That's a good question. I guess I don't think he can. Vance would have to resign or get impeached, but Trump can't impeach him. Only Congress can do that. So I think, yeah, a good point. Hopefully I'm not buffering. I do see I'm getting an unstable transmission message. Hopefully we don't start the buffering thing up. Belfast Bob, now there's a Make Ireland Great Again movement, for fuck's sake. Mad Max says, cool, thank you, GJ, for the repost. Did you watch it? I think I sent it to you in Discord also. Now that I think about it. I think I did send you the maybe that's where you watched it. I don't know. Because you said you watched the thing. WW says, oh, Roxanne, maybe realistic dreamers, but if you're never satisfied, you're never satisfied. MJ Daniel says, I'm starting a new party. Party of the Dude. Our slogan, we really bring the room together. Speaking of bringing the room together, I bought a vacuum cleaner last night. I went to Target. I know you guys are like, don't go to Target. You're supposed to boycott Target or some shit. I went to Target. I like Target. When it comes between Walmart and Target, I like Target better. Anyhow, I bought this vacuum cleaner. It's right there. Should I show it to you guys? They had it on sale. According to the little price tag thing, it said it was regularly $59.99. They had it on sale for $49.99. When I went to go ring it up, it was ringing up at $79.99. And then I told the guy, hey, this is wrong. Because I was at the self-checkout. I go, hey, this is wrong. This is supposed to be on sale. And he says, so he goes, okay, let me do it. And then he tried to do it with his thing and whatever. And it kept coming up as $79.99. And I go, well, I don't want it then because it says it was on sale for $49. And he goes, well, can you go back and take a picture of where you got it from? And I said, sure. So I went back I took a picture of the, the little sticker thing that's on the shelf, and where it says regular price $59.99, sale $4.99, and then I took a picture, a longer, I pulled back the shot and took a picture of their whole in cap display, and they had all these vacuum cleaners just like the one that I got, and you can see that one was missing because that's the one that I took, and that was they had this big display of these vacuum cleaners on sale for $49.99. And so then I took it back to him. I showed him the picture, and he goes, "Oh yeah," and he looked at the fine print, and he goes, "Yeah, these are wrong because the ones on sale are like, I guess, an 18-foot cord, and these are like a 24-foot cord or something like that." And he goes, "Well, I'm going to give it to you anyhow because that's they put the wrong ones out or something like that." I go, "Yeah." I go, "You can see the whole display right there." And he goes, "Yeah." So he went ahead and gave me the $49.99 price, which was cool of him, because otherwise I wasn't going to buy it. I mean, I was like, I came all the way down here because I looked on their website first and I saw it, and they said they had like 8 in stock, and I think they were all on that end cap. And I mean, even though it's okay, so that would have been $30. $30 is $30. I ended up buying a Brita thing. You guys are always getting on me about the water. I went and got me a Brita pitcher. They had those on sale too, from $25 down to $17. So I bought me a little Brita pitcher for my water. Maybe you guys will be happy now. Are you guys happy now? Now I won't be buying all the bottled water. I'll have my Brita. I'll still probably buy some bottled water though. It's just easier to get, but for the car. But anyhow, I'm going to show you my vacuum cleaner. Here she is. I was vacuuming, but all right. I went ahead and decided to buy one, even though I have one in storage. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I might as well just get one. All right, so there's that. Mad Max said, but speaking of water, though, I do have bottled water too. I actually haven't even opened my Brita yet. I got to put the filter in it, and then you're supposed to like pour it out or something. Oh, there's the link to the where I reposted basically yesterday's intro. Jolie put the link in that. Be sure to share. Yeah, be sure to share that. Share. Let's get those views up. I want to get to 1 million views, guys. That's another thing, and I'm not kidding. I mean, like I when I say let's get to 6 million subscribers, I'm kind of kidding. I mean, yeah, I would love to have 6 million subscribers, but it's kind of a joke, kind of tongue in cheek. But the 1 million views, I'm not joking. I'm at I think 860,000 or 870,000. So let's get those views up to 1 million. That'd be just something to say. I can go, hey, I got 1 million views. So yeah, so there's that. Mad Max says, no worries. I actually agree with you, TJ. I was just saying people keep expecting the corrupt government to do things normally, but they need to prepare for the abnormal. And we've seen a lot of abnormal these last, certainly these last 6 months with Trump, and then the first time we had Trump. Yeah, and so, we should, it's like we have no excuse to go, oh, I didn't know they were going to do that. I mean, we should expect the abnormal. WW, if they are not bad to the actual voter, you can't convince them. It has to be personal. That's the whole thing that we're griping about. The gal in the video that you didn't like because you thought she was too angry. That's kind of what she was talking about. But, well, maybe she wasn't, but a lot of these fucking Republicans, they don't give a fuck about gay rights until they find out that one of their kids is gay. That's the thing. Or they don't care about, funding FEMA or funding, disaster relief until it happens to them. And what we're saying is you should care about these issues now, not just when it affects you directly. Josh says, Wes, I think AOC has really toned down her eccentricity lately and is sharply focused. When has she ever been eccentric? I've never thought of AOC as an eccentric. Never. Even from the very beginning. So I don't know where that comes from, by the way. MJ Daniel says, but if enough people do not see it happening to themselves personally, it did not happen. The delusion is amazing. And I think we can put our media to blame for a lot of that because they don't show a lot of shit. Shit that's really important and needs to be seen, they don't seem to fucking show it. But if fucking Donald Trump is doing something, then they've got all the cameras on him all the time. It's just stupid and disgusting. Christina Weibel says, I've been going on Congress Dems channels and commenting on what's going on and what should happening, been commenting about voting 2026. Yeah, let's keep up the message of how important it is for us to show up and vote in 2026 and vote this color back here. These colors, blue. Not white, blue. Mr. Bob Newell, is Kamala still irrelevant? I think so. I mean, she might become the next governor of California. I think she'd be a damn good governor. Mike H. Oh my God, Trucker John. I don't know what you're oh my godding about. Oh my God. Roxanne, yes, Josh, she's learning how to be a politician. Yeah, I have a problem with the word eccentric. I don't think she was ever an eccentric. To me, an eccentric is a really out there. I don't think she's ever been like really out there. David Dog, AOC needs to run for Senate. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just threw that out there. I have no way of knowing if she's going to run. She might not. She might for president. When we're talking about for president, I think Gavin Newsom, though, for sure is. But I still don't know because no one's announced anything yet. It's way too early to announce anything. But I definitely think Gavin Newsom is gearing up for it. And I like Gavin Newsom, even though I've been really critical of his podcast. I still like Gavin Newsom, the way he stands up to Trump, and the way when he goes on these Fox shows and really puts them in their place. I think he's going to be formidable, no matter what you think of him. If he does run, which I think he will, he's going to be very, very formidable. He's going to give House Sparks a run for his money. Because I keep forgetting the House says he's going to run too. Mr. Bundle, do you wear sandals? Not really. I don't really like sandals. I'm a sneakers kind of guy. WW Senate would be a good step. Schumer's seat. Yeah, I've heard people say that before, and I think that's definitely, that's why I've said she would be a great president in 20 years because she's going to, be a House rep for so many years and then maybe a senator for a term or two. And that will set her right up. And she's still going to be young after all is said and done, she'll probably be in her in her 50s still. If she could, do a couple terms that's 12 years in the Senate or whatever, and I think 50s is really a great age to be president. Mid 50s is kind of like the perfect age, perfect decade of your age. I think that's a great time. I think you've accrued enough wisdom in your life, enough life wisdom, life lessons, and you should be, and be a seasoned politician and all that. And I think you're still usually healthy enough and vigorous and vital and all that kind of stuff, where you can handle all of the stresses and things that come with being the president. So I think in your 50s is perfect, and 60s is nothing wrong with being in your 60s. But once you start getting, in your mid to late 70s, we've seen problems, we've seen issues, both with Biden, and I think we're seeing it with Trump. So, and we saw it with Reagan, right? So I think 50s and 60s are the great time, probably the best times. Now we had really young ones like Kennedy was only in his 40s. And Obama was only in his 40s too, wasn't he? Late 40s. So I'm not saying you have to be a certain age, but I just think looking at the time frame and everything, like for AOC, if she does ever get into Senate and does a couple terms there, she would still, I think, be in her mid to late 50s if she ran. I think that's still a perfect, great age to run for president. I mean, she could run, and I think she could run now. I think she would do well, but I don't know. At the base, I don't know about that, Trucker John. Mandami is getting all kinds of shit from the establishment. Well, he was in the primary. Is he still getting shit? Are you talking about the Democratic establishment? Is he still getting it? He's going to win, so they're going to have to just shut the fuck up and take it anyhow. Because he's going to fucking win, whether they like it or not. They're not going to back fucking Sliwa. He's a Republican. They have no choice. Josh said Roxanne Damon said AOC should run for Senate when Schumer is done. I have no problem with that. $10:45. Wow, I'm 20 minutes back again. I'm 20 minutes behind you guys, so Uncle Leslie, she has a naturally high-pitched voice that should not be made a fault. I have nothing wrong with her voice. I see nothing wrong with her voice. I mean, by God, she's a woman. What, you want her to talk like this? I mean, I guess if she talked like this, would that be all right? Mr. Bumner, well, this live stream is lit. I'm going to skip down a little bit. MG Daniel says AOC is a realist. She knows everything she proposes has been done in the U.S. and is being done around the world now and works quite well. I think she's great. WW, I have a 93-year-old uncle who can't understand high-pitched voice. Her voice isn't that high-pitched, for God's sakes. It's just a normal fucking woman voice. Fucking calm down. Walks and Epstein, I'll raid Boston Brian next, then 21st. After that, then some Hal and AG comes on 8 p.m. Eastern, the science-based codes and controls don't follow. Yeah, you got your whole lineup there, all lined up. That's good. Mr. Bob Newell, why were you in a helicopter? To get places, to go places. I'm just kind of skimming down because, oh my God, it's after 11 already. That's right. So I guess Boston Brian is coming on. Mad Max says, yeah, I saw it from your Discord. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Jolie says, I guess Jolie has to leave. He's saying, Aaron, if Mike H says one more thing, time to cut the rest of the show. Yeah, he's been kind of a dick. I'm so disappointed in Mike H because he was kind of coming around to be a cool dude, and now he's a real asshole. So I'm really disappointed in you, Mike. Disappointed. All right, guys. So I do know it's after 11. Damon Dog's here. Said I'm really. I kind of lost track. Nick Rich 11. Yeah, I'm 11:08 now. Yeah, Boston Brian is live. There's the link. If you guys went over there, I hope you gave me a shout out. You're probably already gone by now. Aaron Roxon, I'm really leaving this time. Thanks, TJ. All right, you guys. I know everyone bailed to go over to Brian. So if you did that, I hope you said something about a Trucker John raid. And if you went to Terrace, I hope you did the same. You guys, we have multiple. Most of us have multiple devices, and if there's two shows on at the same time, you could do one device with one show and another device on another show. But yeah, Brian. I guess Brian's on now, and I think Hal's going to be on later on, right? At some point. With he's on East Coast, so he's going to be on some. I'm not sure exactly when. Dennis Coke, whoa, E.G. and Carol is on Terror Show. Yeah, see there? See, the Terror Show is great. So if you guys go to whatever show, just give me a shout out by saying this is a Trucker John raid or Trucker John sent me or something like that. All right, guys. So I guess that's it. Did you guys see my vacuum cleaner? There was no comments about my vacuum cleaner. Trucker John raid. Yeah, Boston Brian. There you go, Joey. So there's that. Max, shout out Trucker John from Boston Brian. Oh, really? Did he do that? Is that what you're saying? Don't forget 21st Century Suffragettes. Yeah, okay. And those are all great shows. I think there's some really great shows, man. Boston Brian, 21st Century Suffragettes. I think the Terror Shows is really good. They have E.G. and Carol on, for God's sake. So check out these shows. Liberal Dan, Mondays and Wednesdays. Another great show. Check them all out, man. We need to have this community, of more, progressive, liberal, Democrat, whatever it is. We need to have a good community of these shows. So check them all out. Support the shows. Give all of them a like and a subscribe and a share. And if you can donate to them, whatever you do. If you become members of those shows. Help these shows grow. I think it's important. I think it's vital. So, yeah, and then there's Jolie's got the link for the Trucker John raid on Terror Show. The Terror Show. That's when both terrors are on, not just one. There's two terrors. So, all right, guys, you guys are awesome. Today's Thursday, right? Hopefully, I'll find out about my apartment and today. Tomorrow will be Friday, so we'll do a Friday 11 a.m. show tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be back on 11, and I'll update you on the whole apartment situation. Hopefully, I'll have an update on it, and we'll know better. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. I'll see you guys in the chat rooms. Thanks for liking and subscribing. We got 64 of those bad boys today of thumbs ups, and I appreciate you. And I guess what we'll do, we'll just go out like we normally do with a little bit of words of wisdom for you guys who are still here. The 26 that are still here, get a pad, write this down, get something to write with. Here's today's words of wisdom. Okay, all right, ready? Here we go. So,
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again.
Trucker John, on the road he rides, live streaming all through the nights. From politics to pop culture he speaks. No topic is off limits, nothing is weak. From Vegas to the highways, he'll never tire, shouting about food, talking about desire. He's the rebel of the asphalt, the king of the night. With a microphone in his hand, he's ready to ignite. Freedom is his fuel, passion in his soul. Gotta express himself, gotta take control. Moving through the country, keeping it real, no filter, no holding back, nothing to conceal. Rolling down the highway in my rusty old rig. I'm a retired trucker, but my spirit's still big. Living in Vegas, where the lights never sleep. Broadcasting my thoughts for the world to keep. key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. Another apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free.